NBA trade rumors, Miami Heat interested. But first, if you are new here, I already ask you to subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the best news that comes out at any time. Kyle Lowry signed a 3-year deal with the Heat in hopes of being a piece that could help take them over the top in the Eastern Conference. However, 1 year and a half into the experiment, it hasn't exactly worked as the team had hoped. Lowry has struggled with his overall production and has battled injury after injury during his time in Miami. Overall, it's safe to say that he's been quite the disappointment. So much so that according to a recent report, the Heat is willing to move on from Lowry if the right deal presented itself at the NBA trade deadline. After what seemed like such a great pairing just a couple of off-seasons ago, there's a shot that we could see Lowry changing jerseys once again at the trade deadline. Could the Miami Heat realistically trade Kyle Lowry? It's no surprise to hear that the Heat would theoretically be open to a potential Lowry trade. He's due a hefty amount of money next season and he hasn't been a max player for the Heat. That generally equates to a big issue. Add in the fact that the Heat has massively underwhelmed so far this season, and it's easy to see why the Heat would theoretically be open to a potential change. The big question is whether or not a Lowry trade is even remotely realistic. There are potential issues that the Heat could face. For one, he's due $29.6 million next season. That's not going to be an easy contract to swallow for most teams trying to make a move at the trade deadline. Even less so for a soon-to-be 37-year-old undersized guard. Should the Heat be interested in moving on from Lowry? Absolutely. It's probably something they would never openly admit but could be a big part of the team taking a step forward during the second half of the season. And what do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments, let your Lake Aoara receive more news, and see you next time.